Neil, you're from PayProp. Describe to me what PayProp is in one sentence without using any technical terminology.
Without technical terminology is difficult.
That a human being could understand.
Okay, it's an automated way of doing all your payments and communications directly from your bank account.
But surely that's what an accounts person does, isn't it?
I would say that accounts person is not an automated process.
Okay.
We are talking human beings. Human beings are more error prone. You've got two ways of doing this. You either put processes in place or you put people in place. PayProp is the way of putting processes in place to free up the people to do more front-end functions.
But surely that means everyone in the accounts department is going to be made redundant, isn't it?
No, but your accounts people have far more value than being an administrator, a data processor. You typically haven't hired somebody with accounts experience to do repetitive tasks because that's what the bank has asked you to do.
Because it's a dull old job, isn't it?
It can be at times, but actually as a business owner, that's not what you want your accounts person to be.
Yeah, I'm talking about making the payments to the landlords.
Yeah, the payments to the landlords themselves, that is not a task anybody got into an industry, and when you were asked by your careers advisor, what do you want to do, that was top of your list. But there are lots of people, as somebody being from a lettings background myself, the person who does that payments, they're the lifeblood. They have the information that helps me grow, that helps me know how things are going to affect my business. But when I ask them, often these repetitive tasks means that they don't have this information to hand, or they don't have the time to provide me the insights I need.
What sort of, you've obviously taken on quite a number of letting agents who are with your PayProp proposition. What sort of extra things are the accounts departments able to do that make a material difference to the bosses of agencies?
Well, the number one is the accuracy. So accountants, one of the big things that they like is the fact that, and I have to caveat this, it's not that they can't make a mistake, but actually the information is 100% accurate 100% of the time. And actually having that knowledge that what goes out from the business, when everybody's talking about brand, that the biggest way of getting clients is still word of mouth. The biggest protection we want in this age of compliance is that everything's done correct. And that actually gives people peace of mind, which means I am more easy to give my figures out. I can give more people access to this information because I don't lose control. Whereas if I give them access to the bank, I almost have to give them the purse strings. So we actually have a way of providing information, not just better to accounts, but actually to the business as a whole.
So what you're kind of saying is that for estate agency bosses that might have a lettings department, this is a way for them to almost take control back of one of the almost weak points of their letting agency, which is letting their account staff with access to the keys to the safe.
Well, there's a number of things, but yes, in essence, it is taking back control.
You can't guarantee it 100% because people can be naughty, but
if somebody's going to find a way, they're going to find a way. But what we do is we close a lot of those doors while opening a lot of new doors to the accounts person who's doing it, making them indispensable, making them back not just a data processor, but somebody who really adds value to the business, getting insights into what do our customers look like, what do they work, because that's what they want from us as a technology. That's what their customers want from them.
But if you don't mind me saying, I've got a lot of people that use you, and if you don't mind me saying, you're almost like the Waitrose or the Stella Artois of prop tech. That is that you're reassuringly expensive. Why does it cost so much?
Because at the background, we have a hugely people-orientated business. In a day where technology is stepping away from people-based support, we actually value ourselves on being that expert to our clients. They can get us. We answer 90% of our calls inside of 3 rings. If somebody sends us an email, we get back to people, and it's a human being based in the UK that always rings, and that's not cheap. We provide our training and we provide retraining. We do webinars. We provide services. If somebody comes to us with a new employee, they can book in and we will retrain them. All of these services have a cost. Mm-hmm. And that has built into us that rather than us charging each and every time to make it a service of excellence, we have built that into our overall cost. I still stand back that if you think of the administration and the amount of that time that takes in the processing once an account has gone live, that actually for us being less than 5% for most of the fee that they earn to do what is between 30 and 50% of the workload is actually not a bad value to offset. What's different is it's changing, letting go of the way you do something now and finding a new way to do it. It's the people have fear of change, and that is what makes it seem expensive. But if I was to tell you that you're earning £60 on a property, and for £3 per property you can automate, be compliant, know that you've got no client money worries, and retain control, actually per pound cost, it's a great value. It's just when you multiply that up, it can become a scary figure when it's not something that you've had to face before and actually pay for as a business.
Maybe we could look at this in greater detail in another video.
That would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for your time, Chris.